Okay, good day everyone. So ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin yung measures of variability for group data. So tinawag ito siya na group data class since ang ating mga dataset ay na-arrange na siya into frequency distribution table. So the definition for measures of variability for group data is it says how far each element is from the mean or average ng ating dataset. So ang ibig sabihin nun class, sa measures of variability is pinag-usapan dito kung gaano ba kalayo or gaano ba kalapit yung mga dataset or mga values natin doon sa ating average. So we have common measures for common measures for variability for group data. So number one is variance. So according sa kanyang definition, variance is average ng square from the mean. So yun lang po yung variance kung ano daw yung average ng square natin galing dun sa mean. And then, ang standard deviation is simply the square root of variance. So, pag nasolve na natin yung variance class, so, madali na natin makuha yung ating standard deviation. Kasi kung ano yung values natin doon sa variance, yun na yung square root natin. So, later on, magkakaroon tayo ng example for variance and standard deviation. So, in statistics, according sa sinabi dito na higher standard deviation indicates data are more spread out. Meaning, pag mataas daw yung standard deviation class, ang ibig sabihin nun is mas spread or mas magkakalayo yung ating mga scores doon sa mean natin. Kapag low naman yung standard deviation, ibig sabihin, yung data natin are clustered around the mean. Meaning, yung mga scores natin or mga dataset natin is magkakalapit lang doon sa ating mean. So, ano yung formula in computing variance? So, ito yung kanyang formula class. Variance or S squared, yun yung symbol ng variance or S squared for sample variance. S squared is equal to summation of the product of square ng x minus mean at saka yung frequency natin divided by n minus 1. Ang formula naman for standard deviation is S that represents standard deviation square root ng ating variance. So kapag nasolve na natin yung variance class, square root lang natin yon para makuha yung ating standard deviation. So ano yung mga symbol dito sa ating formula class? So again, yung S squared natin is yan yung sample variance natin. Yung S naman dun is yan yung ating sample standard deviation. Yung X natin is yan naman yung ating midpoint. So mamaya, malalaman nyo rin kung paano kunin yung midpoint. Then, summation of fx, meaning, ano daw yung summation ng product ng frequency at saka yung midpoint natin. So that is sum of the product of f or frequency and x natin or yung mga midpoint natin. Then x bar that represent our mean. Then f that represent our frequency. And the last is yung n. So ang n natin is sum or total ng ating mga frequencies. Okay, so let us have an example class. So ito na yung ating mga dataset. So ang scores natin is 18 to 26, then may frequency na 3, 27 to 35, then the frequency is 5, 36 to 44, 45 to 53, 54 to 62, then 63 to 71, 72 to 80. Then ang ating mga frequencies are 3, 5, 9, 14, 11, 6, and 2. So, ang total ng ating frequency is 50. So, ngayon is para makuha natin yung ating mga values doon sa variance at saka standard deviation, gagawa muna tayo ng ating column for midpoint. So, sa pagkuha ng midpoint class, again, i-add lang natin yung values doon sa lower limit at saka upper limit. Then, pag na-add na natin yun, i-divide natin siya ng 2. So, that is 18 plus 26 all over 2, and the quotient is. Next is 27 plus 35 all over 2 is 31 naman yung midpoint. Then 36 plus 44 all over 2, then that is 40. Next, 45 plus 53 all over 2, and they give us 49. Next, 54 to 62 all over 2, and that is 58. 63 plus 71 all over 2, and that is 67. And then the last is 72 plus 80 by 2, and that is 76. So, ang next naman na gagawa natin ng value or kunin natin ang value ng frequency times yung ating midpoint. So, meaning, yung value natin dun sa ating frequency, i-multiply naman natin dun sa value ng ating midpoint or yung x natin. So, that is 3 times 22, and the product is 66. Next, 5 times 31, and the product is 155. 9 times 40, 360. Next, 14 times 49, the product is 686. Next, 11 times 58 is 638. Next, 6 times 67 is 402. And the last is 2 times 76 is 152. So since nakuha na natin yung product ng ating frequency at saka midpoint class, kukunin naman natin ang kanyang total. So, ang gawin lang natin is i-add lang natin yung mga values natin doon sa ating fx para makuha natin ang ating total. So that is 66 plus 155 plus 360 plus 686 plus 638 plus 402 plus 152, and the total is 2,459. So, next is doon sa column natin for x minus mean. Pero hindi natin magawa ang i-minus pa yan class kasi wala pa tayong mean. So, ang gagawin natin, kukunin natin ang mean. So, to solve for mean, the formula is mean is equal to summation ng ating fx divided by yung ating total ng frequency. So, that is, ang total ng ating fx is 2,459 divided by 50. Kasi yung total ng ating frequency class is 50. And we will get the quotient or mean of 49.18. So, since meron na tayong mean, pwede na natin makuha yung mga values natin doon sa x minus mean. So, ang gawin lang natin class, yung mga values natin sa x is babawasan natin ng 49.18. So, each value dyan class, babawasan natin ng 49.18. So, that is 22 minus 49.18 is negative 27.18. Next is 31 minus 49.18, and the difference is negative 18.18. Next, 40 minus 49.18, and the difference is negative 9.18. Next, 49 minus 49.18, then the difference is negative 0.18. Next, 58 minus 49.18, then the difference is 8.82. Next, 67 minus 49.18, and the quotient is, or the difference is 17.82. Next, last two, last na is 76 minus 49.18, and the difference is 26.82. So, since meron na naman tayong values ng ating deviation or x minus mean, ang gawin lang natin is kukunin naman natin yung value natin doon sa ating square ng deviation or square ng x minus mean. So, to get the square ng x minus mean, ang gawin lang natin class is i-squared lang natin yung values natin doon sa x minus mean na column. Or pwede nyo rin gawin na i-multiply na lang yung negative 27.18 times negative 27.18 kasi yun din yung ibig sabihin ng x minus mean squared or square ng x minus mean. So that is negative 27.18 times negative 27.18 is the product is 700. Positive na siya class kasi kapag yung dalawang negative na numbers or negative times negative, multiply natin yung negative times negative, magiging positive. Kaya yung negative 27.18 times negative 27.18 is positive 738.75. Ganun din sa next is negative 18.18 times negative 18.18, then the product is positive 330.51. So next is negative 9.18 squared, then the product is 84.27. Then negative 0.18 squared is 0.03. Then 8.82 squared is 77.79. So, class squared na yung ginamit ko kasi pareho man din yan doon sa i-multiply natin yung number itself. So, next is 17.82 squared is 317.55. Then next, 26.82, and the product is 26.82 squared, then the product is 719.31. So, next is yung column natin for frequency times the square ng ating x minus mean. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, class, yung mga values natin dun sa ating frequency, i-multiply naman natin dun sa mga values natin doon sa square ng x minus mean. So, that is 3 times 738.75, and the product is 2,216.25. Next naman, 5 times 330.51, then the product is 1,652.56. Next, 9 times 84.27, then the product is 758.43. Then 14 times 0.03, then the product is 0.42. Next, 11 times 77.79, then the product is 855.69. Next, 6 times 317.55, then the product is 1,905.30. And 2 times 719.31, then the product is 1,438.62. So, since meron na tayo mga values doon sa ating product ng frequency at saka square ng ating x minus mean, kukunin naman natin ang kanyang total. So, again, to get the total, i-add lang natin lahat yung mga values natin doon sa frequency times square ng ating x minus mean. So, that is 2,216.25 plus 1,652.56 plus 758.43 plus 0.42 plus 855.69 plus 905.30 plus 1,438.62, and the total is 8,827.27. So, ito na yung gagamitin natin na value doon sa summation ng frequency times square ng ating x minus mean doon sa formula ng variance. So, balik tayo doon sa ating formula class. I-substitute lang natin kung ano yung sum ng ating frequency times square ng ating x minus mean. So, again, ang formula in computing the variance is s squared is equal to the summation of frequency times square ng ating x minus mean divided by n minus 1. So, meron naman tayong summation ng ating product ng frequency at saka summation ng product ng ating frequency n square ng x minus mean. Then, meron din tayong n. So, i-substitute lang natin sa class. So, kopyahin ko muna yung symbol natin for variance, that is s squared. Then, substitute kung ano yung value ng ating summation of the product of frequency and square x minus mean. So, ang value natin dyan is 8,827.27 divided by, ano yung n natin? 50 minus 1. And then, kopyahin ko muna yung symbol natin na s squared. So, i-simplify muna natin yung 50 minus 1. Kopyahin ko muna class yung 8,827.27. Saka divided by 50 minus 1 is 49. Okay. So, next, i-divide na natin yung 49 doon sa 8,827.27. Then, our variance is, or ang ating variance is 8,827.27 divided by 49 is 180.15. So, yan na ngayon ang value ng ating variance. So, next is yung standard deviation natin. So, madali na lang ito siya i-compute class since meron na tayong value ng ating variance. So, ang formula in computing our standard deviation is S is equal to square root of variance natin or S squared. So, that is S is equal to square root of 180.815 and will give us the standard deviation of 13.42. So, yan na ngayon ang ating standard deviation. So, again, sa statistics class, kapag yung ating standard deviation is higher, then it indicates that our data is more spread out. Kapag kapag low naman yung standard deviation natin, meaning more consistent yung mga scores natin dun sa ating mean or more clustered yung ating data doon sa ating mean. So, that's all and thank you.